Hello guys, and welcome again in these kinds of videos in which I love to do. And today we're going to be talking about the Xbox original. So let's just start and take a look at the intro. So the Xbox original was released in 2001. This was in November 15. This was literally days before the GameCube got released in the US. So this was the first major console, American console released since the Atari Jaguar, since 1993. So there was a big gap of the American type of console. So this was their type of comeback that they needed to do after the 9/11 attack. So this was the redemption. This was the America needs to make a huge comeback. And after all these things happened, that same year, the Xbox original got released that day, and it was a really joyful moment for America and for the gaming industry as well, because as this is my favorite generation of console, the 6th generation of console, the Xbox also competed with the Nintendo GameCube, Sega Dreamcast, and the Sony PlayStation 2. So that said, I have a lot of memories with the original Xbox. Not because I owned an original Xbox back in the day, but I used to play a lot with my friends, and of course Halo. Although I do have Halo around there, I think I lost the freaking game. This is the competition that we really love, because even though there were exclusive games and things that were unique for those consoles, and the competition was actually there, and they used to make really good games. Even though back in the day they didn't used to make updates to the game, so they used to release the games just how it is. Even though they used to make the effort to release a complete game. Unlike today that, let's just go ahead and release it with bugs and we go ahead and fix it with updates. This was the era of, we are in competition, we are at war. This was the console war back then. But even though it was a console war, people were actually happy. Even fans like me were happy. Even there were fanboys, of course. And Xbox for me was an okay console. It's not that, of course, it didn't play the actual DVD. This one was different from a DVD. I think you have to plug in something else to play DVD, movies, and all that stuff in order to play on the Xbox. In which the PlayStation, on the contrary, the PlayStation actually had a DVD player in it. So this console, it is more powerful than the PlayStation 2 and the Dreamcast, of course. And this console is freaking huge. Let me try to get these guns working, So there we go. This is the Xbox original. It's big, and it's very heavy. It's a heavy console. So I got this, I think it was 2014 maybe, around that time I got this. Mostly all the 6th generation consoles, I used to mostly have them all. No, but I had to re-buy them because my original PlayStation 2 Slim stopped working, and I needed to, you know, play some games, some that generation games. So here you have there's a really cool design. As you can see, it's X. So, and it is basically a box. So Microsoft was actually extremely original with their own thing. They, you know, Microsoft, when it used to be good, I don't know what now, but it is what it is, guys. So here we have, Jesus, this is freaking heavy. The eject button and the on button over here. And unlike the PlayStation 2, this was more like a Dreamcast that had 4 slots for the controllers. So let me tell you a little bit of story between the Xbox and the poor Dreamcast. So it seems that kind of like Nintendo and Sony happened in the 90s, somewhat happened with Sega and Microsoft. So if you see the Dreamcast at the side, at the front side of the Dreamcast, it says Windows. So they were actually associated with Windows. Something happened between them, and it seems that Microsoft wanted to make its own console instead of helping out Sega. And that's what actually happened. I do not remember the conflict per se, but it seems that Microsoft had different visions from Sega, and Sega had, you know, different type of things that they wanted to do back in that time. And Microsoft was like, you know what? Let's just continue with our own thing. So here is the controller. There's some additional buttons here, even though the trigger, there's no shoulders here. As you can see, there's slots for the memory card, but you can save the games in the hard drive. This console had a hard drive in it, but the Xbox did it different. And as you can see, this is more like a Dreamcast type of controller. It got inspired by the Dreamcast controller as well. So we have the X, A, B, A, and Y. Yeah, that happens when you play a lot of video game consoles. So as you can see, we have the joystick over here. For this one, this one was really unique with the D-pad. It almost feels like it's all together. It's not separated buttons, and yeah, it's really unique controller. Unique controller. So video games. Let's see here. Yeah. Sadly, I didn't find the Halo one. It's got to be around here. So the first one will be, of course, Prince of Persia. This was when Ubisoft was actually good. Ubisoft, what happened? Guys, these were the eras. These were the, like, hey, I never, let's see, because I think I did play this once. Never played it again. Nightcaster. Barely remember this game. I think this came with the Xbox. This Xbox I bought. So again, but this game right here is pretty awesome. Jade of Empire. One of the coolest games. There's a single player game. Also, it's a Microsoft game studio game. So basically developed by BioWare Corporation. And for mature and blood, gore, and violence, that's it. Back in the day, this was actually M for mature. The exclusivity is what you can see right here on the top. Only for Xbox. Only on Xbox. And of course, we have the Shenmue version of the Xbox. This was Shenmue 2. I also played it here. So this one used to bring the a Shenmue movie. This is a recap of the first one, so you don't have to play the other one. So you will know what actually happened on the first one. And of course, just like the Dreamcast and the PlayStation, Capcom versus SNK 2, and the EO, which means I think it is Extreme Offense, something like that. And so what I can see, this game was one of the revolutionary of the mark of the millennium, because it's not here written, but it is mark of the millennium 2001. I made a review about this maybe like 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. You should look at that. You should look back on my old videos. They cringe. I know they're cringe, okay? But there's nothing I could do. So I wish I have Halo here. I think I have it over there. Maybe I'll show you just a little clip. Alright, so I actually found the freaking game. Here it is. For you guys that, oh, he doesn't have Halo. Here it is. So, Bungie. And only on Xbox. Those were the days, guys. Those were the days. But again, guys, this console, compared to the other ones, this was the most console that the games look really beautiful. In 3D, I'm not excluding what the power of the PlayStation 2 or the Dreamcast or the GameCube. They all four have the kind of like the same graphics, but in this console, it pushed a lot of things. This is the console that started Ninja Gaiden. This is the console that started Dead or Alive, which is one of my favorite fighting games. Dead or Alive Ultimate, because this all that I'm saying started a long time ago, of course, but to push into the limit of the Xbox and to push Koei Tecmo Koei, I don't know, they were going to be in bankrupt, and they decided to go to the Xbox instead of the PlayStation, the Dreamcast, or the GameCube, which were the Japanese game console. And they decided to go to the American console because it was the most powerful console. And yes, a little bit of history. I'll be ending with the Nintendo GameCube, and I hope you guys actually see these videos and see it as an informative videos instead of like appreciation. So yeah, guys, I hope you like this video. This has been Zyberpunky, and I'll see you guys later.